Welcome to the deep dive.
Hi there.
So if you've been keeping tabs on the Sarasota housing market lately, maybe you're looking to buy, maybe just curious about the buzz, you've probably felt how intense it's been. Like those bidding wars felt like some kind of reality show, right?
Oh, absolutely. Total high pressure. Making an offer often meant, just closing your eyes and hoping for the best, waiving inspections, all that.
Yeah.
But the real question we're digging into today, based on some recent analysis, is that frantic pace finally maybe cooling off here in Sarasota in 2025?
Okay. Let's get into it. Maybe start with the big picture. What are we seeing like nationally?
Yeah.
Does that give us clues for Sarasota?
Yeah, good place to start. Nationally, data from Bright MLS definitely points to a change.
Okay.
What's really interesting is Q1 this year, nearly 40% of buyers, they found a home in under 30 days.
Still pretty quick.
It is, but here's the kicker. Half of those buyers, they only made one offer.
Only one. Okay, that is different.
Exactly. It really suggests we're moving away from that, panic shopping mode. It's less about frantic bidding and maybe more about finding the right place.
Right, less desperation. So how does that square with Sarasota? Are we seeing that same letting off the gas here?
We are. Yeah, Sarasota seems to be mirroring that national trend pretty closely.
Okay.
The Realtor Association of Sarasota and Manatee, RASM, they've reported a really significant jump in inventory.
How significant?
We're talking over 30% more homes available compared to last year.
Wow, 30%.
Yeah. And if you think about what we just said nationally, that extra inventory here in Sarasota, it's giving buyers, breathing room, something they haven't had.
Options. Time to think.
Exactly. More choices usually means less frantic decisions.
Makes sense. More options definitely help. But, okay, mortgage rates are still, they're around 7%.
Yeah.
Right? That still feels high to a lot of people. How's that playing out?
That's a really key point. And it's kind of surprising. Well, yes, 7% isn't exactly low. Buyers seem to be reacting differently now.
How so?
Well, the rates are slightly down from the peaks we saw last year, and that small dip seems to have boosted confidence a bit.
Okay.
The Bright MLS survey, again, over 80% of agents said their buyers are actually finding it easier to qualify for loans now compared to before.
Easier, even with these rates.
Seems so, and fewer buyers are walking away purely because of rates. Last year, it was almost 60% stepping back due to rates. Now, it's down to 42%.
Okay, so more people are finding ways to make it work despite the cost of borrowing. Does that mean it's suddenly easy street? Buyers getting everything they want?
Not quite. Let's be realistic. Compromise is still part of the picture.
Right.
The data shows about 45% of buyers are still having to make trade-offs. Maybe on the exact location or the condition of the home, maybe the price.
So still some give and take.
Definitely. But the feeling seems to be shifting. For many, these compromises feel more reasonable now. Not like they're being forced into taking just anything to get a house.
Less like a compromise made under duress.
Yeah.
More strategic.
Exactly. It feels more like a normal market negotiation, perhaps.
So for someone listening, maybe someone who's been waiting on the sidelines here in Sarasota, hoping things would calm down.
Yeah.
What's the takeaway? Is now the moment?
Well, look, predicting the absolute perfect moment is impossible, right?
Always.
But considering these shifts, the inventory bump, rates stabilizing somewhat, buyers being a bit more measured, this might be as close to a balanced, opportune moment as we've seen in a while. It's probably less about waiting for perfect conditions and more about having a solid plan, getting good guidance, and being realistic about what you can achieve right now.
And that guidance piece is key, isn't it? Having someone who really knows the local Sarasota quirks, the financing options, navigating inspections, negotiations, especially as the market finds this new rhythm.
Absolutely essential. Strategic advice makes all the difference in leveraging these current conditions.
Okay, so wrapping this up, the big takeaway really seems to be that superheated, maybe slightly crazy Sarasota housing frenzy, it does look like it's cooling off in 2025.
Yeah, the signs are there.
More inventory, buyers thinking a bit more strategically. It could mean real advantages for people looking to buy now.
Precisely. And it makes you wonder, doesn't it? With the shift away from the frenzy, what becomes the new priority for buyers in Sarasota? Is it less about speed and more about finding that perfect long-term fit? Something to think about.